Excuse me? We got a cliffhanger to Daredevil Born Again's finale, and we got to talk about the cliffhanger, the final episode, and how we have to wait a year for the next season, which, thank God, it's just a year. Like, usually when it comes down to these Marvel series, or just in general Disney Plus, or a lot of streaming shows nowadays, we wait forever for these damn seasons, and it feels like a blessing that so far it seems we're just waiting one more year. But man, Daredevil Born Again lived up to the hype. If you're at this point of watching, of course, this is going to be my spoiler review for the finale of Daredevil Born Again's first season, technically season 4 of Daredevil. And I thought it was perfect. I thought it was a perfect finale in general for what it needed to deliver to me, and in general what it needed to deliver to bring back Daredevil Born Again and Daredevil to the MCU. I've done a full season review already without spoilers. I'm planning to try to do one with spoilers. But going week to week, this has truly been such a blast. Like, especially like as of now, I've watched the season twice. And it's just everything I wanted it to be and more. So definitely leave your thoughts down below. Hit that like, subscribe button, and I'm trying to decide on where to start at. I guess let's get off. Let's talk about the action for a second. Johnny B as the Punisher. I was a little sad to see he's only in 2 episodes of this season. I hope he's in more of the next season. I know we're getting his special presentation, which I hope is longer than 45 minutes. But I gotta say, he's amazing. He was born to play the Punisher. I think he's phenomenal in this. I think he kicked ass. He was so fucking awesome in this. I loved seeing him just rip through these asshole cops who were corrupted and everything of that nature, and stood against what the Punisher symbol is supposed to mean. And it was just awesome. It was awesome in every way. When he shows up to save Red, I love their interaction. When he just goes out on his own, it's something special all across the board, and I loved it. And I also love that Karen came back for this final episode. I thought that was something important, and specifically for Matt's storyline, and the fact that she was the one that called Punisher and brought all this about. I thought that just worked. And I also think, for me, the one thing I will say is that not having Karen in this entire season actually worked a lot better than I expected. It was a little bit jarring at first, I guess, within the first 2 to 3 episodes, but by the midpoint, I had almost forgotten that this was even a thing, and it felt like an extension and moving on for Matt Murdock. But when she comes in, it's not played for nostalgia. It's not played for, oh, I'm a Daredevil fan, of course Karen has to be here. It played for the perfect moment where Matt really needed someone that was a friend. Because reality is, yes, he has a lot of people in his lives that mean the world to him. But Karen, Foggy, those are the 2 that he needs to hear from. Not Frank Castle, who's going to tell him, do it. Like, when they find the cop that did kill Hector Ayala, I love that moment. I love that moment where he's like, do it. And he's like, do you care about this dude? He just starts shooting them. It's a perfect moment. It was a perfect moment, and it just played out perfectly throughout this entire episode. The action was it was bar none perfection. But I thought the entire episode was really much just strong in terms of build-up. And next season, like, to really discuss this, if you've never read Daredevil Devil's Reign, which let me go grab right now. Yeah, I'm leaving that in. I'm leaving that in on the cut because I always think that's cool to get up and do that stuff. But Devil's Reign is specifically a comic that I think this entire season and the next season are taking, credit from. And I think my guess would be Jessica Jones, maybe Luke Cage, maybe Iron Fist show up in the next season. But I have to imagine there's some more street level characters that are going to show up. Because it needs to be and feel like that all-out war towards Kingpin. I'm not saying I need Spider-Man. I'm not saying I need a Captain America or Iron Man or whoever it may be. I don't need all these other heroes, but anything street level, I think at this point should be there. If it was a perfect world, I think Spider-Man should be there, but whatever it may be, that's probably not going to happen. But we need the rest of these. It's New York City. Mayor Fisk is taking over. He's corrupted. He's a villain. And he's stringing along these vigilantes, as we see through the end of this episode with all those prisons. You even see the swordsman in there. You see Frank just completely like tied down, and they're under martial law. I mean, this is a dictatorship at its highest degree, and it's scary. It's scary. It makes me think about certain things though, like which I guess, like, does anyone else, like, I know this is like more of a ramble and an offsite, but does anyone else like think like, what the fuck is Peter Parker doing? He's not helping. What the, like, I know these are like just general MCU things, but like it just makes me think. And then like also, when's Thunderbolts take place? Thunderbolts takes place in New York. Seems like some fucked up shit happens in there. This better take place before Daredevil Born Again, or way after, because I'd just be a little bit confused. But I digress. I very much digress. Just truly enough. Man, I'm so happy with this series. But let's jump into Kingpin a little bit and talk about a little bit about him. Of course, he gets Matt's girlfriend on his side, like that. All that kind of goes through there. Poindexter's still out there, who I imagine is probably going to team up with Matt to take down Kingpin and Vanessa. All this stuff, like he's just making reigns. And did anyone else's jaw, like, no pun intended, because the commissioner's jaw literally was ripped down. My jaw dropped when I saw how brutal, when he squished the commissioner's head and just ripped it. Like, that was disgusting, but amazing at the same time. But as we've talked about, the gore, the blood, the brutality, all that stuff can work if your story's written well. And the story here was written well. You're invested in it 100% of the time. You just want to keep watching and watching and watching to get those last little bits of it. And for me, I found that they never let and lost sight of that. They never lost sight of Matt Murdock's storyline here. They never lost sight of how important New York City is to him, and specifically the citizens of it who cannot stick up for themselves. And that's why I love that by the end, when she opens the door, it's Josie, and it's a lot of important people in Matt's life, or that have centered around Daredevil himself. And that is what, full round circle, everything comes around. And to see what Kingpin's plan is and what they're doing, and that, again, they went after Foggy, it changes things, it makes it more personal. And God, did I love Daredevil Born Again. So it didn't need cameos. It didn't need any big extreme changes to the MCU. It just needed a damn good story with some damn good storytelling and sprinkle in that amazing action. And you have me on board. So Daredevil Born Again Season 1 was phenomenal in every way. It really was a true return to the Daredevil series. And I'm excited to see Season 2 when it comes out next year. Hopefully. I hope that does not get delayed. But yeah, I'm excited. Leave your thoughts down below, guys. Thanks so much again for joining me for the journey. And of course, until next time, stay classy.